It is no secret that historically Florida has been one of the most popular states to retire in. Well, recently, things have begun to change. Many of my clients are people that we call halfbacks. Those folks who have come from the north and relocated to Florida, and once they arrived, they discovered that Florida wasn't for them for several reasons. So many of these clients moved from Florida because it's flat and it's warm all year round. There are not four seasons, but it's getting costly. The people are red and they want a different pace of life. So in this video, we will cover retiring in Florida versus retiring here in Columbia. Well, as always, my name is Jill Heidrich and I'm your friend in real estate here in the Midlands of South Carolina. My goal with this YouTube channel is that I become your #1 resource for everything you need to know about relocating to our wonderful area. If you like this video, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment in the comments. I'd love to meet you there. Please feel free to reach out to me. I'll give you my information at the end of the video, so be sure to stick around to the end. Let's dive into it. One of the most significant differences between living in Florida and living in Columbia is the rising cost of living and taxes. First, let's talk about insurance. It's no surprise that Florida's insurance costs are rising rapidly. It's common for an insurance company to drop your policy at renewal time, and sometimes even before renewal time. I just helped a client move to Columbia a few months ago who received their cancellation notification the week before their house was closing. They sold it just in time. I talked to another client relocating from Florida to Columbia because the insurance companies want your roof to be less than 10 to 12 years old, because after the 12-year mark, they won't even insure your roof. I never heard of that, but that's the way it goes in Florida. Suppose you were to have a beachfront property in Florida compared to a lake home here on Lake Murray. In that case, I'm willing to bet that your insurance costs in Florida wouldn't be double, triple, and quadruple what you would pay here on the water in the Midlands of South Carolina. So next, let's talk about property taxes in each area. I'm no expert on Florida property taxes. I don't pretend to be. But what I found on the web is that they vary from county to county. Most property taxes in Florida range from about $1,200 up to about $5,000 per year. Like South Carolina, Florida offers the homestead exemption. So if you take advantage of that, in Florida, your property taxes could be less. Here in Columbia, standard property tax rates are at the 4% rate. And we've mentioned this in other videos. It'll be about $1,200 to say about $2,500. Now, we also offer the homestead exemption if you've lived on the property for 1 year and are 65 or older. So if you capitalize on this exemption, you can save hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on your property taxes per year here in Columbia. So now let's mention income taxes. So of course, everybody knows that there isn't any income tax in Florida. Now here in South Carolina, we have an income tax that has graduated depending on your income level. So it starts at 0% and it goes all the way up to 6.5% depending on your income level. So considering everything we just mentioned, in addition to the possibility of natural disasters and the hurricane insurance you'll have to have if you live in Florida, the cost of living in Florida will likely exceed that of Columbia. While we're on the topic of natural disasters, let's compare the weather here in Columbia to Florida. As we've mentioned, Florida is known for having at least one, if not several, hurricanes every year, and many of its residents have to pay homeowners insurance and flood insurance. I think it's called hurricane or wind insurance to protect their homes from the damages of hurricanes and other significant natural disasters. Here in Columbia, that's usually nothing you need to worry about. If a hurricane hits the coast of South Carolina, or even a big hurricane hits the coast of Florida or Georgia, we don't get any significant effects from that hurricane. We might have some residual rainfall and some wind. We may even close our schools since they become a shelter for those evacuated from the coastal areas. We don't have to carry hurricane insurance. Only a few people even carry flood insurance. We did have some catastrophic flooding in 2015 when Hurricane Matthew dumped 20 plus inches of rain on us. It was considered a 1,000-year flood. However, FEMA altered the floodplain maps, so a few more areas are now required to carry flood insurance. It's certainly still a tiny number of homes that need it. All in all, is the weather comparable in Florida versus Columbia? Columbia has 4 seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. It's in the low 80s for the warmer than usual April day right now. Springtime, it's pleasant. It will be pretty much humid all summer long, with an average of about 85 to 95 degrees during the peak of summer. In the fall, it cools off and is super awesome. It's my personal favorite season. Cool and crisp in the morning and evenings, and super comfy during the day. A lot of Florida has only one season, and that's summer. In the summertime, Florida averages in the mid-90s every single day. And it's a stupid, humid, and sticky. When you walk outside for 60 seconds, you want to jump in the shower when you walk back home. Living in both states does have its benefits. Both provide the opportunity for recreation outside. Florida is known for several state parks and national areas that you can visit and explore. In South Carolina, here in the Midlands, I can think of at least 3 parks that are close by, including Sesquicentennial State Park, Deer Island, and Harbison State Forest. You can also enjoy a hot summer day on the waters of Lake Murray here in Columbia Midlands. You will have easier access to the beach in many places in Florida. Still, in contrast to Florida, you have easy access to the mountains for places like Asheville, Tennessee, northern Georgia, where you can explore the rich history of the southern United States. While living in Florida may offer ample outdoor activities year-round, with its abundant natural attractions here in Columbia, South Carolina, outdoor time is just as fulfilling, if not even more so. Our diverse terrain within easy driving distance, moderate weather, and all 4 seasons allow for many outdoor experiences throughout the whole year. Many of my clients who relocated to Columbia do so for various reasons. Columbia Metropolitan Airport is a vital transportation link, offering direct flights to multiple destinations nationwide. This accessibility makes traveling convenient and efficient for business or even leisure purposes. Furthermore, the Charlotte Douglas International Airport is conveniently located just 1 to 1.5 hour drive away, providing travelers with even more direct flight options. In addition to our excellent airport facilities, Columbia boasts a vibrant downtown area that attracts thousands of visitors annually. Our downtown scene is filled with cultural attractions, dining options, and entertainment venues, providing endless opportunities for exploration and enjoy. Columbia's robust economy promises growth prospects, making it an appealing destination for individuals seeking career advancement and economic stability. Another factor that draws people to Columbia is the favorable landscape of the Homeowners Associations, or HOA. I have clients who are relocating from Florida, and one of the main points they made to me on my initial call with them is that HOAs in Florida are overbearing and overpriced. So many of my clients pay hundreds of dollars per month, sometimes close to $1,000 even, compared to hundreds of dollars annually here. I just learned from one client recently that not only does the buyer have to have the pre-approval to purchase their condo, but the HOA also has to pre-approve them. He received a cash offer on his condo, but the deal fell through because the HOA didn't approve his buyer. And don't even get me started on all the 55 plus communities. Suppose you want to live in a community where it's not cost prohibitive. It's not full of nosy neighbors. You have more privacy and no one telling you how high you have to cut your grass. My one client told me they had a complaint because their grass was 1/8 of an inch too high. You need to come and check out Columbia Midlands here in South Carolina. And if it's a good fit for you, hopefully all of this information was helpful considering Florida versus Columbia as a location for you to retire to. If you found this information useful, please text me at my cell phone number below or even email me directly at my email below. I would love to send you an exclusive list of homes for sale here in the Columbia area that fit your possible criteria and talk to you about how all the awesome things that Columbia, South Carolina has to offer you during your years of retirement or even raising your family. Until next time, be safe.